So, hello everybody. Good evening. I'm Divya, and I work with Movie on the accounts and support team. I lead the efforts there. And the topic which I'll be covering today is a pretty interesting topic, which talks about the service perspective of a product company, and specifically on services. I'll be talking in deep about custom developments and integrations of what we do in Movie. So about us, briefly, we are a content streaming platform. We offer video and audio streaming solutions, and we have been doing this since 2008. The flagship product for us is Movie Store, which helps you build a OTT platform instantly like YouTube, Netflix, or Spotify. From a geographical perspective, the customer base we support is across the world. We claim to have customers across all the continents, but the physical presence of us in offices is in USA, which is headquartered in New York, and in India. With our experience of working with customers for the last 8 years, we claim to have acquired a domain expertise across 12 plus industry segments. The leading industry segments are media and entertainment, film festivals, health, fitness, sports. So these are a couple of examples of that. Today's agenda would primarily be on the need for customizations in a product company. I mean, why do we need that in the first place? Because product companies generally don't do customizations, right? I mean, if you subscribe for Slack and you're using their services, if you as a subscriber want to add a feature onto Slack, then they will not very eagerly accept it. But what is the need for us to accept customizations, and why do you do it? I'll explain that in a moment. Then I'll deep dive into the most frequent customizations request which we receive from our customers. And then once we receive those, what is the development approach of these custom projects in Movie? How do we do it? Moving on to that, we'll go into the advantages of using Movie as a preferred partner to do these customizations. What benefits do we provide to the customers? What is the differentiator of using Movie on these projects? And then the challenges we face while doing customizations as part of being a product company. The quick stats are: we have 8 slides to cover. I'll probably speak for 18 minutes, and then we'll have 10 minutes for a Q&A. First slide is, as I told, the need for a customization in a product company. We really understand that every business is unique, and so are its needs. By that I mean, most of our customers who come to us, they're anyway primarily either streaming a audio or a video content on the platform. But each one and every one of them is trying to bring in that uniqueness into the platform by building some features, some personalizations, which we as a company cannot think upfront, and we cannot build those capabilities, right? So every customer who comes to us, they have their own needs, they have their own business proposition which they want to put forward, and that is a trade secret probably for each one of them, right? So we understand that, and hence we appreciate the fact, and we also want to build customization into the product which is very specific to these customers. And then, as I told, that from a product perspective, we build a product which is business agnostic or industry agnostic, but we also appreciate the fact that one formula doesn't fit all. So our product has put in place the major chunks in place. And anybody who wants to have just the vanilla offering, they can come and they can launch an OTT platform with whatever templates and features which we have. But as bigger customers, enterprise customers, as someone matures in the platform, the enterprise customers, the bigger customers want to have personalizations built into their platform, which brings in then uniqueness into the offerings, and hence that's the reason of doing customizations. The last is, the strategies of today might not be relevant for tomorrow, and we completely understand that that if a strategy was applied by one of our customers this year, they would iterate upon the results in the next quarter, and then they can come back to us that hey guys, this did not work, we were trying this approach, but now we are trying to build a different different approach into the store, so why not build this for us? And that falls into customization, and we do accept those because we understand that with this agile business ecosystem, the business parameters, they're all changing, so hence the need for customization. The most frequent customization requests which we receive in movie are broadly into three categories. One is the template customization. As you can understand that the look and feel is driven by the templates across website, mobile apps, or TV apps. And the basic most of the customers, the basic minimum requirement they request for is templates customization. We do have templates on our template marketplace, which you can check on the website. But then every customer has their color palette, their branding, their aesthetic changes on logo, and hence they want to personalize their end user experience. And we do most of the custom developments which fall into a bucket are related to template customization. The third is there are always requests flowing in for third party integrations and payment gateway integrations. We do support 25 plus payment gateways onto the platform, which are ready off the shelf, and 10 plus third party integrations also. But considering the global nature of our customer segments, there are always frequent requests to increase this portfolio, and hence we take up those. The third set is this is more of an enterprise scale, where there are customers who do not want to use the features which are available in movie, but not do not want to, but they want to entirely change the workflow, the features. They want to add new features in the workflow. So these are more enterprise customers, and hence these features are also taken as part of customization request. We'll go into details of each of the categories in this example sheet, which is on template customizations. If I can walk through briefly on a couple of examples, is one of the customers came with a request that we need a separate landing page for end users who are registering successfully. So it's not available as part of the standard template. Some customers have had come up with this idea that they wanted a separate landing page. It can be the successful registration, it can be successful sign up to a, or it can be successful subscription. So there are multiple use cases. I just quoted one example. The second is in the details page, the thumbnail of the content. In generally the from the out off the shelf template, we have a play now button which is visible there, and you can customize the text, and on click it plays. But one of the customization request on template which came was that instead of the play now button, we want a quick play icon or a gif, which would once you hover, it starts playing in a miniature form in that thumbnail itself. So that was another customization request on templates. The other was subscription page logic. I mean, the monetization model for contents is PPV or subscription broadly. So one of the customers asked us that the subscription page sign up logic should be derived based on the user's purchase history. If the user has already purchased a subscription, then he should be popped up the next higher plan. If he's a new user and has no purchase history onto the platform, then he should be shown all the subscription plans. So this was one of the customization requests. The last example which I have quoted is the content details page, which the end users navigate to while clicking onto a detail page from the category page. That is where they wanted to show the cast and crew information only. And as part of the default template, we have the description section also, which is available uh, in the default mode. So these are some of the customization requests on the template. Moving on to integration examples, as I told that one of the customers wanted a payment gateway to be integrated apart from what we have already, because they had some billing issues, they had currency issues. It was probably from Middle East, where the request came from one of the telecom giants that they want to integrate with Sadat payment gateway. So this was one more portfolio which we added into our bucket, that we want to add. We were integrating with a payment gateway. The next kind of request is integrating with learning management systems. Education portfolio customers who come to us that they want to launch a e-learning school, they want to launch a music school, they want to launch training fitness schools on our platform, and hence they want to have a learning management system LMS integrated. And one of the frequent LMS integrations which we request which we get is for Moodle. The third example is a CRM integration. Zoho is pretty popular in terms of CRM usage in the industry now, and most of our customers who have very robust CRM integrations with Zoho, they are also requesting us to integrate with Zoho. And one of the bigger fitness clients from the US, they recently requested us to integrate with Zoom so that they can host meetings via our platform, and they can interact with the users. Considering these are COVID times and there are restrictions on moving outside, so hence they came up with this request. So these are a couple of requests from integrations. Moving on to custom features, these are very specific features which the enterprise customers came up with. So I'll take time to explain these features in detail. Ability for content partners to stream live. By this I mean, off the shelf we have a content partner program which helps admin to define content partners, and the content partners can upload their contents. But and also we do have the live streaming capability for the admin who can stream live and get the users engaged. But a particular customer, enterprise customer, came up with a requirement that in addition to the admin, they also would want the ability for their content partners to stream live. So this was a unique use case which we took up as part of custom development, and we helped it built into the platform. The next is another customer came up with a request where he wanted the content partners to add monetization methods apart from subscription PPV bundles. So we do not have that off the shelf, but we built it in the platform where apart from the admin, the content partners can also now add different monetization methods as per their flexibility. The third is more of a engagement platform. As you know that we are primarily a streaming platform. There is the default templates do not focus on social engagement or engagement in general, but one of the customers who was very particular about increasing traffic and bringing engagement onto the platform, they asked us to build a blog section which would enable the content partners to interact with the end users, where they can comment, reach out to the content creator and discuss about the content. The next is a very interesting request, which is a gift card feature, which we call the gifting feature. Apart from end users who can come and buy subscriptions on the store and watch content, one of the features which we built for a customer was gifting feature. By that I mean, a user can buy the subscription as a gift, and he can share this coupon with his friends or family or relatives as a gift. They can use this coupon to redeem the subscription on this platform. So this was a unique feature. The last is a feature which is not pretty much general, which is asked in the platform, but one of the customers had his unique way of increasing engagement and keeping the users engaged onto the platform by putting this sticky feature of gamification, where he wanted a quiz to be inserted in between the content which was played, and then based on that there will be some there would be some points which will be redeemed. Based on that, so there would be some points which would be redeemed as part of the subscription. So yes, I see a couple of questions there. I'll answer all the questions at the end of the presentation, so please hold till then. So you can please continue typing the questions on the chat itself. So I'll move on to the next. Once we identify and we agree on the projects of what we want to do, how do we want to support the use cases, this is the more complex step, where now we get into the conceptualization, the ideation, and then the delivery of the custom development. To start with, as you can see that we bring in experts from design, the product, and the business, that is the customer itself. And both the three of these combine on different calls. They have they discuss the use cases, which is more of a consulting experience. And during this consulting experience, once we the use cases are derived, of what use cases do are we planning to support as part of this custom development project, there is a quotation which we share from movie by the account manager. And once the quotation is accepted, then we move forward with the project. So to start with, once in the consulting phase, as I told, there will be a couple of iterations where the design, product, and business should sit together and brainstorm on what they want to achieve by building this product or building this feature into this platform. And then based on that, once you agree of what the scope is, we then freeze the scope. By when we freeze the scope, we put in a scope of work and document in place, which lists down the entire use cases, the entire details of what has transpired over the consulting exercises of what is to be built. Post that, once you freeze the scope, then we bring in, I mean, this is external. Once the scope is freezed, there is an internal exercise which is done by the architecture team, which is internal to movie, that is the engineering team. So they do a feasibility study of how can we achieve these customizations as part of the existing store, because we would anyway be building these any custom development on top of the architecture layer, which is a core to movie, right? Which is the base layer. So hence the feasibility study will be done by the engineering team with respect to the use cases which have been mentioned in the SOW. Post that, once we do the feasibility study, the account manager will share a project plan which will have the high level dates of deliveries of each of these items which are mentioned in the SOW or the feature request. And once the project plan is shared, we will kick off the coding. That is, the engineering will start coding on these items. And all through this coding process to the beta release, we will share weekly progress updates. That is, just to add that we will have a dedicated account manager who will be assigned from movie to the customer, and he will be working alongside the customer till from the conceptualization till the delivery of the project. And hence he would be the face of the customer, face of the organization, that is movie, to the customer. And he will ensure that all these processes are running smoothly, and he will try to clear blockers as and when they come up in the process. For an example, while the coding is in progress and the engineering is developing something, they might have missed a particular use case in the feasibility study or the use case derivations. Then they will probably reach out to the account managers who can reach out to the customer to help them close the use case of the doubt which they have. So for all purposes, in the entire life cycle of the project, the account manager is dedicatedly working side by side with the customer as well as with the engineering team, and the account manager will always have weekly progresses shared via a call. Once we have some sizable items which we have delivered into the beta release and it is on a lower environment, we will share either a Loom video, a recording of the feature, or if possible, we will also extend the access where the customers can come in and they can test the feature for themselves, and they can incrementally provide sign-offs. Or in case during the sign-off there is a feedback that initially we thought of this, but now that this is looking like this, we would want it to be changed a bit slightly to this. I mean, we all would appreciate that, right? When we start with the project, on pen and paper something might look good, but then over a period of time once we start developing it, we might have a second thought on changing the approach or changing the color or changing the action item, whatever it is. So the UAT sign off is more of a last mile checkout button, where the customer himself gets to sign off as to what was agreed initially in the scope freezing SOW document and what is being delivered. And in case there are any feedbacks, we will then reiterate the cycle of moving it back to the engineering then uh, working on it, and then we again get into UAT. Once it is signed off, the UAT signs off and the customer gives a go ahead, then the new features are rolled out into production, which is the go live. But as you can understand that uh, audio and video streaming platforms rely heavily on bandwidth and the internet connections and the speed and the usage. So whenever there is a go live which is done for a particular customer on on their dedicated server with new features, we have a 24/7 support team and the engineering team who keeps constantly monitoring the website or the store or the application for the next 72 hours, where we see if there are any anomalies in the existing features, or there is a high traffic which is causing slowness to the website or the app, kind of those vanilla checks. So this is how the entire development approach at Movie works. We start with design and we end with the go live date. And as I told, during the entire phase, we will have a dedicated account manager who works through with the customer across the entire journey. And why Movie? I mean, what's the differentiator with Movie? The advantages of having Movie as a partner in these exercises. I mean, the reason is that the first is the art of possible, where we never say no to any of our customers on any custom development request, as we understand the uniqueness of every business solution, and hence we try to accommodate as many requests as we can. But yes, having said that, we also, being a product company, we have our internal roadmap and our prioritizations to work. So as and when we receive custom development requests, we try very hard to accommodate all the requests which we can rationally. But yes, that is how we consider ourselves to have the advantage of being art of possible. Then the coverage and the speed. Very few platforms can claim that they are available 24/7, and we claim that we have a ticketing portal via which the customers can raise a ticket, or they can directly write to us via email or chat or phone. And we have a 24/7 support team who is available across all these platforms to instantly reply to the queries and help them assist walk through the platform. The third is the advantage is domain leadership. As I told, that we have had the opportunity to lead this space or dominate this space for over 8 years now, and by the virtue of having our exposure to 1,000+ customers, we can safely claim that we have a domain leadership over others. And then the tech stack and the product stack which we have in place, they have been solving the problems of this OTT industry for quite some time now. Having said that we have an advantage, we also have uh, a partner ecosystem where we try to uh, help customers with the custom development request on partnering with customers who on partnering with our preferred partners, where we cannot accommodate their custom development request. Let's say, for an example, a custom development request came from a customer, and we do not have the bandwidth, or the prioritization is such that the internal roadmap cannot take a hit now, and hence we are not able to prioritize a particular custom development. Then we have preferential partners who have access to our APIs, and we can bring them in touch with you, and they should be able to help you with the custom development projects. The third is innovation. As I told, the product and engineering teams are constantly trying to add more features into a platform and ensure that the customers leverage the full potential of the market. I mean, every business is trying to leverage their potential market in different innovative ways. With our exposure to all these customers, we are also trying to constantly innovate as to what are the standard features which we can build on the platform on top of what we have already. So there is a constant addition of features onto the platform as we speak. The last slide is on challenges we face on having take up these custom development projects. One is while integrating with third parties softwares, there is a dependency on the API's access and the compatibility. At times we face this crunch where uh, we struggle to get a response from the third parties tech team on a particular API response. As to we would be on the documentation, they would have written that this particular API endpoint is available for you to update the cast and crew information, but uh, in actuality, when we are trying to hit that particular API, either that is outdated or it is not working as intended. So to clear out those confusions, we have dependencies on these people, on the third parties tech team. That is one of the challenges we face. The next, as I have already spoken about, that being a product company, we have our internal roadmap, and hence prioritization sometimes becomes a bottleneck when customers want us to work on a particular feature in a particular module, but that particular tech team for that module is already engaged in one of the priority items which we have for the as part of the internal roadmap. So that there is always an opportunity cost which we have to pay while we prioritize the custom request instead of the internal roadmap, and hence the case for in some cases where we bring in partners who can help the customers build the custom developments. The third is it is inevitable, and it holds true probably for any software development cycle across the world. As I told that once we start with conceptualization and we freeze on the SOW, and we gradually progress in the development cycle of developing the project and the customers doing the UAT, they sometimes they realize, or it is the internal team which realizes that there was a there was a better way of handling this thing, or there was a feasibility which we missed out on, or the customer would want now to handle it a different way. So there are scope creeps in between uh, and in between the development cycle, and hence that impacts the timelines as well as the cost sometimes. So these are the challenges we face in by doing custom developments in Movie. So yes, thank you for your time. I'll probably now go through the questions and try to answer. Thank you, Lenny. The first question is, after a customization is complete, does it become available as part of your out-of-the-box solution? Uh, yes. So Lenny, thank you for asking. Yes, not all, but yes, if Zoom integration is we have done for a particular customer, yes, we will make it available to all the customers only after we are sure that it is working fine. As I told, there is a monitoring phase, right? So once we do some new integrations, once we do new custom developments features, we keep it generally on a beta phase release for our larger audience of the product. And once it is stable and we have confirmation that yes, it is working fine, there are no anomalies, and then we make it available to all the customers. The second is to clarify, subscription and PPV are already a part of the base solution. Yes, so Lenny, yes, subscription and PPV are already a part of the base solution. By the customization request, I mean that they can create not content partners are not available, not authorized to create their own subscription plans, and the customization request was to add more more monetization plans or create their own subscription plans apart from the admin. So that was the customization which it took. And yes, subscription PPV are part of the base solution. What about backend analytics? Can it also be customized? Analytics, by analytics, you mean the number of users who would have clicked on a particular, who would have watched a content, or the number of subscriptions you would have got, the number of revenue you would have generated, the watch time of each of the users. Yes, that is customizable. The analytics sections has rich reports which you can define. You can build your own custom reports, or we give you standard reports which are available off the shelf, where you see the revenue, the content analytics, and the usage. Okay, do you have multi-stream live solutions? Yes, we do have multi-stream live solutions on the platform. What's the logic that qualifies an action as a play, and can this be customized? Yes, as I told, the PPV, that is the pay-per-view, we have a uh, customization on the CMS, that is the content management system backend, where you can define what qualifies to be a single view. If somebody watches it for 50% of the entire watch time of the content, or if and you can exactly define the duration of from which date till which date is the view should be counted as one view, or only after 80 or 90% of the content is watched you would define it as a view. So that customization it can be done. Chris, will the integration with Joho just be the CRM, or will it be all Joho one products? So we can take advantage of Joho campaign, Joho. So Milen, thank you for asking. So Joho, as you also are aware, that is it's a very big platform. So integrations will be specific to the products which you would ask for. We have from the product standpoint, we have our internal roadmap where we are trying to integrate with all these Zoho products, that is campaign, analytics engine, everything. But yes, as and how you will enable that for your store. Is this available for all subscription of options or only PPV? So Chris, are you referring to uh, the logic of play, the action as play definition? Then yes, that is available for PPV, because subscriptions don't have any uh, definition of one-time plays, right? If I subscribe for Netflix, then I can watch the content for as many times as I want during the entire timeline. But it is more applicable to a pay-per-view mode where customers usually pay for a particular view. So hence you would want to define what is a view as opposed to in the subscription. Okay, Milan, is it on the roadmap to enhance the integration with ad servers to make management with Joho more flexible and robust and to industry standard? So, Milan, we have ad server integrations with, we have our own movie ad server. We have integrations with Google ad server and Spotex also. The Zoho integration, I'm not exactly sure about it. Probably I'll have to check and I'll get back to you with whether there is a ad server integration with Zoho. So if I'm Abhishek is asking, so if I'm running a campaign, so custom analytics will be required, or there is any analytic platforms integration? So Abhishek, to answer your question, you can very well tag the contents which you want to run as part of this campaign, and you could create custom reports for that particular tag itself in the custom analytics section. Okay, so Milan asks, but the integration limits with ad server limits the functionality. Is there anything in the roadmap to enhance the integration or make it available in the API to partners so we can enhance? So yes, we are a API first company, Milan. To answer that question, anything which you see on the website, it is first made available via the API, so that any of our preferred partners or any of our customers who have the tech know-how can leverage on the APIs, and they can build upon of whatever functionalities they want to build upon the existing functionality set on our platform. So yes, that is available. Could you please share the names of new customer, if any? That is proprietary, Dilip. But yes, if you want to uh, uh, know one of the customers, I can say one of the customers is ThinkBound from Canada. Okay, Abhishek can ask you one later. Yes, Abhishek, we have a live chat. As I told, we support 24/7. So if you have any follow-up questions on any features where you're trying to understand more on analytics, as I can see the questions are specific to that, we would be happy to uh, answer you. And also there is a option on the website where you can go and schedule a demo session with one of our experts, platform experts, and they should be able to walk you through the platform in a dedicated session alongside you. can you please introduce a pay as you grow plan? So thank you, Bishal, for giving this suggestion. I am making a note of it, and I will uh, take it to the marketing and the sales team who are in charge of the payments and the plans of subscription models. So I'll share this information with them. Okay. Also, any incubation time lead you give? Okay. So, Bisal, are you asking if we have a free trial? So, if I'm understanding correctly, yes, we do offer a free trial of the entire platform, and you can easily sign up on the free trial link on the pricing page on our website, which gives you 14 days of free trial where you can upload up to 10 contents, you can live stream up to 1 hour, and you can use all the features which we have to offer you on the paid plans. Okay, Chris, will there be additional templates on the platforms soon? A lot of the templates have been tagged coming soon for quite a. Okay, so Chris, thank you for asking. This is a burning topic, and to let you know that internally we are coming up with a template marketplace which will have a host lot of templates which we will be offering. And yes, to answer that, we will be this is on the next set of priority items with the product will release in the upcoming uh, sprints. Okay, Abhishek asks, can a freemium model done on a platform that you can watch for 30 seconds without subscription, and after that customer needs to take subscription? Yes, Abhishek, that is possible. This is a very vanilla use case. So yes, we do support where customers can, I mean, the end user for you, let's say you set up a store tomorrow, you can very well have the flexibility to define the limit of free watch time, that is 30 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes. And then the user would have to pay the subscription defined on your store to watch the content. And sorry, there was a second question also, that the paid subscriber will not get any ads. So that is entirely up to you, Abhishek, as to how you want to map the ads to which content and define whether paid subscribers will get ads or they'll not get ads. And that flexibility lies with the admin. Okay, so Dilip asks that the solutions are only for video, or your solution supports text, image, and audio. So Dilip, we support audio and video streaming on our platform, both. And I'm not sure about text and image. I mean, we don't have a business use case where any textual content or image is monetized as part of a subscription model. Either customers come to us where they have a lot of audio content and they want to monetize that, or they have a lot of video content and they want to monetize that. So we support both video and audio. Okay, do you have a chat feature for video, especially in case of live streaming? Yes, Abhishek, thank you for asking. Yes, we do have a live chat feature which is available for users to chat. Okay, what are the financial model for enterprise partner? Dilip asks. So, Dilip, enterprise plans, there is already a defined pricing plan for enterprise plan on movie. We don't do custom planning for enterprise plans, and it is 3900 if you refer to the pricing website page on our website. What are the content partners we have or we can get access to? So Bisal, so we don't have any content partners as of now. We are still to explore that path. It is the customers look how, and they have to arrange for the contents. We provide the ability to build the platform where they have content and they can monetize it. But we don't have partners who give you content, or we don't have content from our. Do you help in leads to content distributors? So Vishal, no, we are not into that zone where we help convert leads or generate leads. That is something which is outside movie. We want to concentrate and build a platform which will help monetize and create a OTT platform. The marketing aspect of the store to bring in audience, to convert leads, that is something which the customer has to take care of. But yes, we can, I mean, not in the near future, but yes, this is something which we don't do right now, but we could plan to do in future. Okay, so then if there are no more questions, I'll drop and end the session for today. Thank you everybody for joining, and we will come back with a different webinar session on the next instance. Thank you.